Hello, my lovely Sagittarius. I hope you guys are doing well. Excuse me for being so late. I do apologize. I was very ill last week, so I'm feeling a lot better now. Still cozied up in my PJs or my boyfriend's PJs, but same thing, you know. But anyway, let's dive into a reading. Let's see what's going on for you guys, alrighty. This will be for this week. Don't worry. I am gonna put you guys. You and the air signs first from now on, because you've never been first in a schedule, to be honest with you. So let's dive in. Let's see what's going on for you guys. Sagittarius. Ooh, I had freeloader. Someone's a freeloader. Don't know what that is. I don't think it's you. Don't worry, I'm not calling that to you. I feel like someone is trying to freeload off of you. I don't know. Right, I've split it into three. I'll put it back together again. I'm going to take it from the top, okay? Your current energy this week is a Queen of Pentacles. I like that. You're feeling stable here. This is you focusing a bit more on your finances, your stability, all right, how to grow that. You know, Queen of Pentacles is a woman of luxury, so maybe you're wanting more of that in your life. You're wanting to be stable. You're wanting... this is telling me, even if you're just trying to manifest this and you're not yet at this Queen of Pentacles state, you are acting like it, all right? So that tells me you are taking action towards it, all right? And in the ethers, they're showing you as a Queen of Pentacles, someone who is focusing a bit more on their material wealth, their assets here. So you could be focusing on growing your assets and your investments or whatever it is to you, all right? But that snake coming in with that coin, especially with that message I just had in the beginning of being a freeloader, there could be someone here who's trying to dangle some money or something that they know that you value in your face. So just pay attention. There's a bit of a snake in your surroundings. Someone could be trying to trick you with finances, all right? But I feel like it's a trick. I feel like that you'll never see that money. I'm almost seeing someone wants an exchange, or, oh, if you do this for me, I'll give you more. I don't like it. I think they won't. Anyway, let's move forward. I like your energy. We're not going to focus on anyone else's yet, but let's see what your challenge is this week. Two of Cups. Your challenge could be to do with a soulmate. Now, soulmate can mean romantic, can mean friendship, could be meaning colleagues, it could be family, okay? Whoever this is someone who would be classed as a soulmate because of the Two of Cups. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. This is just somebody who, you know, is in your life for a reason, someone who you used to click with, maybe still click with, but there is a little bit of challenge coming in terms of your relationship with somebody. So again, this could very well be someone that you know, who could be dangling something in your face here. The Two of Cups is saying that there is some challenge when it comes down to your communication with people who, you know, you have a connection with. What should you focus on this week? Three of Swords. Now, there is some healing to be done with the Three of Swords. This is about heartache, it's about pain, and this is something that's going on in your heart chakra currently. There is a little bit of I'm hearing bad blood between you and somebody in your life. I think it's whoever this Two of Cups is, someone who you did think you was a soulmate in your life, someone who you clicked with as soon as you met, that kind of thing. Someone who had a very familiar energy to begin with, but it feels like the Three of Swords is like there is a bit of pain in your life at the moment. This can represent other things, other pains in your life, okay? Three of Swords is just a little bit of heartache. I say a little bit. It's a heartache card. It's separation, or it's just feeling in pain, okay? Because this is in the area of what to focus on, I would say it really is about addressing certain hurts that have happened here. Some of you, this is really important to place a boundary with a loved interest or with a loved one or with someone here who you might have been a bit nice to, a bit too nice to. You might be needing to place a boundary with someone when it comes down to your material assets or things that are valuable to you, your resources. That could be your time, your energy, okay? So I think that's just the energy coming through. You're being told to address the pain. Don't ignore that it's there. Don't think, oh, it's okay for now. No, it's not, because it's hurting you, and that needs to be addressed with that Three of Swords, okay? It's also about healing certain pains, of course, as well. That crow could be significant coming through here. All right. Let's see. Let's see, in your recent past, we have the Emperor. Now, this can represent a couple of things, so I'll put it into two categories and you can decide which one you resonate with. The Emperor can mean that there was a part of you in the past who was more in control, who, had a plan, had a legacy, was building towards it. All right, this tells me that you were in a very action-taking business. You could have been in, I feel like for some of you could have been creating your own business here. With the Emperor, this is about being in control. This is about being quite stern, being quite disciplined. He sits on a throne that's of stone. It's supposed to represent the fact that he is very disciplined. He's able to go through uncomfortable situations if it's for the better of his legacy, okay? It's about that discipline and control. He's very wise. So this is representing, again, this could be a part of yourself that you were like in the recent past, something that you've been doing to probably have the assets that you've got today, okay, or the progress that you've got today, okay? Now, for some of you, this could be a father figure. It could be someone, there's a few actual situations actually for some of you that could have been significance around a father figure in the past. All right, or again, this actually could just be to do with somebody who was trying to control a situation in the past. Now, let's move forward. Let's see what your strengths are this week. The Nine of Swords. Now, it's always interesting when this card comes up in a strength because it happened to somebody else before, and I'm trying to remember exactly what the situation is about. Because for it to come up in your strength position, there is some benefit around it. Nine of Swords is a feeling, of paranoia, it's worries, it's doubts, it's fears, it's anticipating the worst, it's, replaying really difficult events in your head or the potential of something happening, replaying that in your head, okay? It's a little bit of sleeplessness, blah, 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 it's all of that crazy stuff. It's not a very good card, to be honest with you. It's a card about being in a nightmare at the end of the day. And losing sleep. For this to come up in your strengths is telling me that you potentially have had a dream or a gut feeling about something or someone lately. And I feel like this is why it's coming up in your strength position, especially with the fact that we've got freeloader and all that kind of mess just coming through here. It just seems like something coming through here is something that maybe you felt was going to happen because your gut feeling felt like it. Maybe you passed it off as, I'm just overthinking it, or I'm just assuming the worst. Something, you had a gut feeling about somebody, and it feels like this week you are kind of seeing it for what it is, or maybe you've already gone through it. And again, that's something that we're having to address. Pay attention to your dreams, but again, with the Seven of Swords, usually this is about nightmares and assuming the worst. So, I think it's about deciphering what is what, because I will kind of give you another message just saying to try not to overthink situations or assume the worst, okay? But when it comes down to a gut feeling versus anxiety, we have to try and learn what the difference is. A gut feeling is more of a knowing, a very strong knowing. It's not a what if and a but or what about this. That's uncertainty. It's not a knowing, all right? That's your anxiety. That's your fears. If you're feeling it in your chest, they say, is anxiety. If you're feeling it in your stomach, that's your gut, okay? So literally it's your gut, but so there we go. Something that might help you a little bit coming through, okay? Now, let's carry on. Let's see what's going on in your near future. King of Swords, that's that boundary setting, okay? There is a difficult conversation coming up with you and somebody else. This is also you addressing the truth of a situation with the King of Swords. You could be dealing with an air sign, but you don't have to. King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energy. But this is again about being quite detached emotionally from something and placing a boundary or speaking your truth. With the King of Swords, he's super intellectual. So for some of you, this could be quite good for communication in any area of your life, whether it's career, whether it is just what you're doing. All right, building a plan. Your mind seems to be a little bit bittersweet, because in some areas it's a bit of a strength. Your ability to think about a lot of different scenarios could help you to prepare for something. For example, in a King of Swords, you've got a very quick-witted mind. You're very good at coming up with ideas. This tells me it's time to communicate something, though, to be honest, in the near future. So could be dealing with somebody here who you might have to communicate with. But it is a strong card for setting a boundary and being quite cold. Not completely cold, but just a little bit attached from our emotions, so that we can really see the truth rather than be messed with emotionally. Okay, now speaking of emotions, let's see how you'll be feeling this week. Page of Swords. All right, now there's two sides to this. Part of this is about curiosity, wanting to dive deep into something. All right, you could again be wanting to take an idea further, especially if you guys are trying to work up in an industry, or again be your own boss or whatever it is. Maybe you already are. This is about diving deep into a subject that might actually better the rest of your progress. But in terms of feelings, this usually is my card of feeling quite triggered, to be honest. So you could be struggling to hold back your tongue or to say things in a nice way, because Page of Swords is represented as a child. Okay, pages are the youngsters, they are the newbies of each element. In your near future, you will have the opportunity to speak very intelligently about something. So even if it's confronting someone, the King of Swords is very cool, calm, collected, and very straight to the point. The difference with the Page of Swords is this Page of Swords hasn't learnt discipline yet. They're just swinging a sword around. This is my truth. This is how it feels. This is how I feel. Even if it's not the whole truth, you know, it's just how you feel or just what you're seeing. So just pay attention to that when it comes down to your feelings and your emotions, because it might be quite hard for you to bite your tongue back, but it might be for the best. Again, there could be some suppressed feelings with that Three of Swords, with the Page of Swords, that could be making you react in a certain way that you might later regret. You know when like you've held in something and then something small comes up, and that's when you explode and you feel a little bit bad about it later, because you're like, oh, I could have handled that a little bit differently, but I was just so hot and I've been holding this all in, so when you did that, I just exploded. Processing that pain, addressing it, speaking up about it in a very cool, calm, collected way is better for this relationship, because for some of you, this is not a fallout. It's just a really painful, well, it's a fallout. It's not a breakup, or it's not a complete detachment. There's nothing here yet showing an ending, but it is a bit of a painful situation. So someone could do something that you just don't like, blah, 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 you know. But again, Page of Swords, be careful. You could be getting some news, all right? You could be finding something out. And again, your first initial reaction is just to swing your sword around. But there might be a better way of dealing with it. Right, your environment this week. Let's see, you have the moon. So again, there could be some secrets going on around you. Your environment is messing with your mind and your feelings at the moment, okay? A bit of chaos going on. There could be a couple of people here with those... there's a wolf and a dog actually here that could be making things a little bit difficult for you to move forward. I'm almost seeing it as you are a bit afraid of other people's opinions of you for some. Like the way that I'm seeing this card is almost like you are that lobster and it's time for you to move forward. But these two dogs are who you are intimidated by, or you're worried about their opinion, or they could be, you know, every time the lobster comes up, I'm seeing that it's getting barked at, you know, and it's causing that lobster to stay, but it doesn't want to stay there. It wants to carry on the journey. So a very metaphorical situation, of course. But that could resonate for some of you. The moon is also known for hidden things done in the dark. All right. And again, sometimes the moon could just represent very deep emotions, but because it's coming up in your environment, a lot of opinions in your environment that are not very helpful. It feels like people are trying to make you stuck. People are trying to test you. I don't think it's test you. It's almost like people are trying to keep you in a box. And I think that part of you wants growth and you want to move forward, but there is somebody specific, again, it's a soulmate issue. It's between you and somebody specifically that's causing a little bit of, maybe you're afraid of, you know, doing the wrong thing, and maybe you value the opinions of these people, or again, something about the barking of these two animals here is keeping you. I think these people are not as a big of a threat as you think, but again, up to you. I don't know your life. Let me just say that, Sagittarius, don't know your life. A lot of people criticize me in the comments, which is, it's fine, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but it's like, I actually don't know your situation. I can see what the cards are telling me, but if you're in a very like difficult situation, then of course what you're gonna have to take the tarot reading lightly, and you're gonna have to speak to proper people who really know and can speak to your situation for help. This is just guidance. It's just something that I can see from a bird's eye view, but I can't see all your details. So if you're in a really difficult situation where people are really keeping you stuck, it's really better to speak to a professional about it, of course. All right, but anyway, the moon being about secrets, or again, maybe some hidden intentions. I think that's why the Page of Swords is coming through. I think you're bottling up. I'm seeing a little bit of like a volcano almost, where it's like you are shaking, you know. Maybe that's from anxieties and worries, or again, it is because you're feeling like you're going to explode, because there's a lot of pain, to be honest with you, surrounding you when it comes down to people's opinions, or trying to come out of this comfort zone and to move forward with your journey. There's a desire for progress and new things, but something is, every time you come out the water, it's like something is coming at you again, and then you have to kind of submerge again. It's almost like that. I don't know if you're hiding for something, or something's making you timid, I don't know. The moon is all about illusions, so this may seem like a big issue, but it's almost like that old bark and no bite kind of energy. So these things will not matter to you around the rest of your journey. It may seem big now, for example. But anyway, let's move into what you're hoping for this week. Is the Eight of Cups. You're wanting to move on to better things, whatever that is to you. Again, for some of you, you might be wanting out of a certain situation, whether that is a job, whether that is friendships, whether it is just to find what you feel is missing. The Eight of Cups feels like this, where he is at, is no longer serving him. Okay, there is nothing that it can give him anymore, so he's going out to look for more. There is also about there's also a message about he's looking for the last two cups. So again, for some of you, you might be feeling like love is missing in a situation, or the connection is missing in a situation, or the compassion is missing, and that's causing you to feel like you need to leave and find what you feel is missing. And again, take that in. It's not just love, but it could be, again, how you're being treated for a lot of you. I do sense that. All right, the overall outcome, another overall energy for you guys this week is good. Six of Swords says that you will come out of the chaos. Maybe you already are this week, out of the worst of it, and moving forward. Or again, once you do remove yourself from a situation and move forward, this tells me that everything is going to be okay. Okay, it's a journey, of course, but the Six of Swords says that you will be able to move forward to much calmer waters, okay, with that Six of Swords. Now, for some of you, definitely is going to be some communication. For some, if this is love, or this is like a connection with somebody in particular, again, nothing here is stating that there is an ending. There are no tens here, but there is a need to address something, to communicate something. And from there, some of you, there could be some mending because of that Six of Swords. For others of you, it's very likely you might move away. You know, there is a little bit of 50-50 here. But for some, there is a bit of hope, to be honest with you. But it depends on the other person that you're dealing with, because some of you might be dealing with someone who will be able to communicate maturely with you. For others of you, it's one of those round and round situations that we have to cut off. All right, but Six of Swords, you personally are coming out of the worst of it, which is good, and you will find yourself in a different position quite soon. For some of you, that is a card that represents travel, okay, or again, spiritually moving forward and on from something. All right, my angels, so I hope this has helped you in some way. Let me know if it resonated with you down below. Alrighty, my angels, I really do wish you all the best, and I hope to see you guys next time. All right.